Hey man, it's your boy K Smooth, man, coming to you with another video, Boxing Talk 100. Hey man, let's get right to it. Another successful, boxing event. Richardson, Hitchins defeats Paro, in a split decision, 12-round bout. And let's get right to it, man. We're going to talk about this recap fight, Hitchison, 19 and 0, now becoming the IBF, the new IBF junior lightweight champion, Hey, what's going on with the 140-pound division, man? It's a toss up right now with the belts, man. We seen is it Pyro? Pyro? Is it like what how you pronounce it, man? If I'm pronouncing it wrong, comment at the bottom, but the dude was undefeated, man. Let's talk about it. Hey, man. The dude was undefeated until, he fought another undefeated fighter, And, to me, Paro, I felt like he was, he had the more interesting record, It just looked more better on, paper, but, I guess we was all fooled. I'm not taking nothing away from payroll, because we got to remember his last fight, fighting against, Matias, Sabrel Matias, and getting past, the guy who they thought, and called the boogeyman at that 140-pound, division, Matias was the one, that everybody was looking at, to be the man running in that, that division, but that just lets you know, man, who can become like a true belt holder in the long run. You know what I'm saying? At 140 pounds, it's like you got to understand Devin Haney. He's at recess with the WBC title belt, and then you got Albert. Pulio. He's like the interim. WBC title holder. So it's like a lot of shit going on right now. Theo Lopez. He's the WBO champion. And then you got Valenzuela, it's something like that. He might be like the WBA, but I think there's like another interim too. You know what I'm saying? Like something going on with two belt holders with the WBC and the WBA. So at 140-pound division right now, it's kind of like a toss up. These belts, man, it's up for grabs. Truthfully, it's up for grabs right now. And like I said, man, talks is stirring up, with, Theofimo and Devin Haney right now, hopefully it's rumored, you know, um, Theo asking for a 55, 45 split, which they saying, Theo run, that division, They saying he is the man in that division. So, you got to understand, Devin Haney, with all the controversial, with him losing against, Ron Garcia and whatever, if Ron Garcia cheated on the PEDs or whatever, however you want to put it. And Devin Haney ended up getting his record back. But you got to understand, Boxing Talk 100 and the people that love boxing, it's like, with Devin Haney, you took that whooping, man. You know what I'm saying? In the people's eyes, that's something that they ain't never gonna ever forget. So just for Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's like, what's the hold up? At 140, because we got the fights. Obviously, Theo Fimo, he has changed his mind. Wanting to fight Devin Haney. For some apparent reason, he done changed his mind. You know what I'm saying? Big time to be able to fight Devin Haney and asking for a bigger split 55-45 for Theofimo. If they was to be able to collide, you know what I'm saying, putting their belts, you know what I'm saying, this will be able to put a belt on the line versus a belt. Theofimo holding the WBO belt and Devin Haney, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, he's in recess, you know what I'm saying, and then you got Albert Pujols. They both having we know Devin Haney is the real WBC champion, but he's in recess right now. Taking time from that butt whooping that Ron put on him. You know what I'm saying? You can say it's 50-50. Yes, he took an ass whooping. Of course, in the people's eyes, we're going to look at it and say, yeah, Devin Haney, you almost got your ass killed in that ring. Whether motherfucking motherfucking, Ron Garcia cheated you or not. That's just how the game goes. You know what I'm saying? To me, I don't, yes, we can look at it as an excuse, but I feel like this, man. Devin Haney, it could have went either way, you know what I'm saying, with him and Ryan Garcia, 50-50, because motherfuckers we know that been on, through the sports, whether it's NFL, NBA, boxing, everybody done use some sort of PED and some type of enhancement to be able to boost up, whatever in their system to make them, be a better sportsman, being better in sports, being able to tear the sport up. You know what I'm saying? Being able to visualize the game a little bit more smarter. You know what I'm saying? But also, like I said, 50-50 being on the PDs, that shit could also kill you. It could also fuck you up. It could also, ruin your body. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't see any motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying, be so successful using PEDs that, I mean, hell, back then it didn't really matter. Look at baseball, how they was shooting in steroids. Them motherfuckers, now yes, it was a time to where everybody got caught, like Sammy Sosa's and the Barry Bonds and the, you know what I'm saying, all the motherfuckers that played in baseball that was sluggers, you know. All the motherfuckers that was called for, PEDs enhancement, you know what I'm saying? Ain't no difference. That's why I say I can't complain, you know what I'm saying, that, what Ron Garcia did to Devin Haney, because Devin Haney could have did the same thing. He could have punished Ron Garcia. Not Devin Haney not even being on PEDs or nothing. He could have just went in there and been like, okay, this guy's a cheater. Just for instance, Miguel Cotto, when Margarita beat Miguel Cotto in that first fight, when he cheated, it's different using raps, but it's just the principle of it, you know what I'm saying, being able to come back, you getting whooped and almost killed inside that ring, but you got to think about being like, okay, I got to get that get back. Don't just talk that shit because, truthfully speaking, Devin should have got that get back with Ron Garcia right after that. Instead of, suing him and all that. I understand his business. And then we think about it, you know what I'm saying, like what Bill said, we can't, blame Devin, but that's your dad. So y'all kind of like right there together, you know what I'm saying, with the business. Whether Devin don't call shots on the business part, he's still right there regardless. You know what I'm saying? You being able to, present somebody with a lawsuit. So that's just business, you know what I'm saying? You can't be mad at that. That's money. You gotta understand business and, the way how it goes. If Ron was a cheater and he cheated, so be it. It is what it is, but we have to be able to move from it. And we not gonna act like Devin didn't almost get killed in that ring. It is what it is. But, Haney, he has to be thankful, you know what I'm saying, that he still, is up there, you know what I'm saying, and, boxing, association giving him his O back, you know what I'm saying? He has to be able to be thankful. Even though he's in recess with the WBC title belt and Albert, I think it's like Albert Pulo or something like that. He's the interim, WBC title holder. So, I don't know what the issue is right there, but we got a error that we got to be able to fix to be able to see who's the real WBC title holder. You know, and like I said, Devin, if you're gonna get your feet wet, it's time to be able to get your feet wet because if not, then that WBC title belt gonna be stripped from you. You got to be able to make something shake here pretty soon. And so why not make that fight with Theo Fimo? You know what I'm saying? You know, you got to be able to think about it. This is gonna be a battle of the classes with the belt. So I'm happy about that. If Theo's willing to put up his WBO, belt against, Devin Haney's WBC title belt, or if Theo do some bullshit and fight Albert Pulo for the, that WBC interim, I mean, something got to be able to give. We got to be able to see a fight between Teofimo and Devin Haney. And we've known in the past with their dads going back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And exchanging, bad words, having bad energy and all that, and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Both sons gonna feel like they A side. But you gotta understand, Theofimo, he beat Devin to, the punch of being able to secure, spots in, at that 140-pound division. So Theofimo gonna feel like he's the man, running that, division 140 pounds and going, ask for whatever percentage, that, whoever he fights. Because he is, a belt holder, he's a champion, and it's only right. But for Theofimo, there is a lot of options that he's considering. Trying to move up to 47, whether he fights Boots, Javante Tank Davis, and then go out with a banger with Crawford. In my personal opinion, I don't think Theofimo can beat any of them guys. I just keep it real with you, Boxing Talk 100. Theo's best bet is to stay at 140 and to try to be able to compete, against, Haney's and the Richardson, Hitchins, and what I'm saying, guys like Jose Valles, because we gotta understand though, these guys, they got belts too, but it's kind of like a. That's why I said it's kind of a twist up at 140 pounds with these belts because it's like a toss up. You got Jose in there. You got Devin Haney in there. You got Albert Pujols in there. Then you got Theo Fimo in there. You see what I'm saying? So these are just the belt holders and the interim belt holders. You know what I'm saying? You know, we got to just see how this is gonna work out. But yeah, surely but slowly. You know what I'm saying? Things should be unfolding. And we got to be able to see, how it's gonna play out. So at 140, man, we'll see, man. There's a lot of talent at 140, man, and like I said, a lot of newcomers right now, champions, with like I said, Richardson, Hitchins defeating Paro. Paro's undefeated. Paro. He was undefeated, man, but Richardson, this was a good opportunity that Paro has given Richardson, and Richardson took up on it. You know what I'm saying, to accomplish and beat Paro to become the new IBF champion. So you got to be able to take your hat off to Hitchins, man. The boy is something. He got great talent, man, and like I said, he's just working his way up. You know what I'm saying? And passing a lot of these fighters that's trying to get an opportunity, at these world titles. So Richardson Hitchins, man, you got to be able to look out for him. He is dangerous. You know what I'm saying? And like he said, he's definitely gonna be the new guy that everybody's gonna want to fight now. So he's gonna have to defend that title. You know what I'm saying? Or make it to where he you have a unification bout with these other title holders. You know what I'm saying? It's up for him from here on out. You know what I'm saying? With the blessings to come in. You know what I'm saying? So Richardson, he may work look easy against payroll. Richardson was 5'10", and I think payroll was 5'8", coming like 5'9", something like that. They both made weight, coming in under, at 140-pound limit, being right under. So I think Richardson Hitchens was like 139.8, and I think like payroll was like 139.6 or something like that. So they both made weight. With no issues making weight. They both came in, looking, sharp, determined to come in to be able to get a win. And, Richardson Hitchens was just a better man that, Saturday night, you know what I'm saying? And, like I said, the new IBF king, you know what I'm saying, in that 140-pound division. So yeah, man, what's next for Richardson Hitchens, man, and the talent that he has, man. Hey, man, he's sharp, and he has what it takes to be able to unify and run the division. To be able to possibly be a two belt title holder. It just being able to get the right fights. You know what I'm saying? What's ever gonna make sense because Now that Richardson, Hitchins has a belt, he could fight Haney, WBC, or like I say, Albert, for that interim, WBC. That's an opportunity right there. That might be kind of like a little setback to get to Haney, you know what I'm saying? But you got to be able to get your feet wet with the interim, these interim titles, before you can get to that, real holding the real, the belt. That's what it's all about. So, Hitchens, he can have a fight day with Haney for that WBC title belt. Or like I said, Albert Pujols with the WBC interim title belt. Same thing with the WBA with Jose Valenzuela. And I think it's somebody else. You know what I'm saying? But I know for sure, Theo got the WBO and the IBF. Coming at the bottom and let me know who got the IBF. I'm not too sure on that, but I think it's like, damn, I forgot the. I don't know who has the IBF belt, but 140 pounds, like I said, man, it's a toss up right now, and we just waiting to see. It's gonna be out of Teofimo and Devin Haney. That's just my point of view. And I think that could be an intriguing matchup. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo and Devin Haney. Considering Teofimo just seeing what Ron Garcia did to Devin Haney, that could be like the blueprint and to be able to study out from mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Teofimo will go with that. So he's gonna definitely watch some errors on Devin Haney. How he's gonna be able to move into the ring and what he's gonna be able to just go off on. You know, you gotta understand Devin Haney. He don't showed a lot of errors. So I mean, and Theo got he don't got his ass whooped too. We not gonna sit here and just say you know and see that Theo ain't got his ass whooped before. But it all makes sense because Theo Fimo fought Cambosos, which he lost against Cambosos. That was at 135-pound division, by the way. And then we seen it where Haney beat Cambosos, so it's only right for Teofimo and Haney to be able to fight. Two guys that ain't never fought before. That and definitely being able to move from 135 pounds moving up to 140-pound division now current. So time is now. If these guys gonna be fighting, I'm tired of seeing their dads being able to argue and shit. Let these young men, settle their differences and, be able to be men about, their business and how they present it. You know what I'm saying? Let them present instead of these dads getting in the way and all that shit. I don't. It's cool, having your dad in your corner and shit, but when it comes to the fighters, let the fighters negotiate and be able to do their paperwork themselves. I don't think no dad should be in the way of the fighters. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course, you're just a cheerleader, and I understand that you dad. I would be there for my son too, but I would try to let my son be more talkative. Presentable. To the people. You know what I'm saying? Because that comes a long way. The people gonna want to be able to see you mature as a man. To be able to see you make your own deals in life. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, instead of having your dad do everything, for you. Yeah, man. But 140-pound division, man. It's exciting, man, and it's cool. And that's just what it is. We got to be able to look forward to these boxing matches, and yeah. Even with Tank, man, y'all see, man. Let's move on. Tank Davis versus what's his name? Roach. Last name Roach. I forget his first name, but both from Tank is from Baltimore and Roach is from DC. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he's from like I really don't know that area so well, but I know it's all like combined, right? Like Virginia, DC, Maryland, Baltimore. So I guess that's why they call it what do they call it? I forget how they call it. Whatever how they call it, but yeah, man, it's the DMV. Yeah, that's what I couldn't think of. But Yeah, man. Shout out to that side over there, man. The DMV. You know what I'm saying? Where Javante Tate Davis at and roast him. Baltimore, Maryland. You know what I'm saying? That area over there. You know what I'm saying? Maryland and all that. Them areas. Them some heavy hitters on that side over there. Oh yeah. But yeah, man. Javante Tate Davis versus Roach. Like I said, they both from that area. They got a lot of experience being able to grow up as little kids. And of course, if you don't know, Javante got the best of Roach, you know what I'm saying, coming up when they was little kids in the amateurs or whatever you want to call it, whatever type of championship boxing as kids growing up, to be able to get where they at now. So, them having that relationship bond, being kind of like friends and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like they know each other and shit, they families fuck with each other, in that area. You know, come fight night, I don't think it'd be any difference from for Javante Tank Davis. They said that Roach is a good fighter, but like I said, it ain't gonna be no difference from when he whooped his ass when they was kids to now. I think Tank gonna still feel like he'll be dominant over Roach. Still. And like Tank could tell you, like it takes to be a dog to be able to step in that ring. And over the years, Javante don't got better with the skills. He don't show fast power. He don't show just being able to grow. You know what I'm saying? As an elite boxer, you know what I'm saying? In this boxing association, all over the world in front of the people. You know what I'm saying? Him putting on a great show and him constantly tell you what he's gonna do to the opponent. So Javante Tank Davis, man, and I respect him, a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think Javante. They say that he's scared of Shakur and Keyshawn and all them. I don't think that's the case at all because when it's all said and done, I think the best thing for you to do is stay out of Javante Tank Davis's way. You know, I think he's Javante is in between 135 to 140. He's so good that his permanent weight to me is at 135. I think he should be competing there, you know what I'm saying, being able to fight Shakur because I think Shakur is the WBC champion over there. And then, Tank, he would be able to compete, in world titles at 135. There's a lot of talent over there, I think he's getting a little bit bigger, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, he can make weight in between 135 to 140. I think 140 is kind of like too big for Tank, but he can make it. But don't get me wrong, guys at a 140 definitely he can beat. It's just like I said, he's talented and you know what I'm saying, like he's gifted to be able to compete, at changing weights 135 to 140. But like I said, pretty much 135 is a lot to prove because Javante Tank Davis ain't never became undisputed. Not at 135 or at 140. He's always been like a belt title holders. Whether it's like a IBF or a WBO belt or a WBA belt, but he's never accomplished being, undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Being able to hold four belts. I never seen that from Javante Tank Davis. He got to be willing to go in there and compete. Wherever class he's gonna want to be at. We seen when he fought Frank Martin at 135. That was a good, skillful chess match, but Frank he ended up folding at 135. And look at Frank. Frank's big now. He can't even compete at 135. He would have to really drain himself to be able to go back to 135. He's saying that he's out, grown 135 and moving to 140. So it only makes sense, the true talent is gonna be at 140. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, from the beginning, them belts gonna be tossed up. We haven't really seen a true belt holder. Theofimo, he's been carrying the load, the WBO belts. He's been carrying them belts. I give it to him at 140. You know what I'm saying? I would say he would be the man at 140, but we can't forget about who else is at 140. Devin Haney. So we got to be able to see that fight, man. We just got to be able to see, Theofimo. We got to be able to see Theofimo. If he's going, you got the younger generation. You know what I'm saying? Like Keyshawn Davis ain't no joke. You got Floyd Sheffield. And let's talk about it. We got Floyd Sheffield versus Shakur. That's gonna be one hell of a fight. That's gonna be skill for skill. Um, between the two, Shakur, he's gonna have to fight. I feel like if not, then Floyd is gonna beat him in a close unanimous decision fight. This is gonna be a hard test for Shakur being able to go against Floyd Sheffield. And you gotta understand, the Arabians and Saudi Arabia and all them, they want to put this fight together. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about these people that's running the boxing game, these promoters, Eddie Hearn and all them. They putting shit together. You know what I'm saying? Eating the boxing game up. And not only that, you see that Prince over there that's putting on the shows for Rada, Saudi Arabian over there. These highly, championship boxing matches. They is not playing on this money, man. And being able to get a high percentage in the deal in these contracts. You know what I'm saying? Off of these fighters that's, putting their life on the line. So there's a lot of money into this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fucking money into this shit, man. And hey, you know what I'm saying? If they get it, get it. You know what I'm saying? This is the time to be able to secure yourself to secure the bag. But just don't put on no bullshit and no exhibitions and this Tyson and Jake Paul and all this bullshit. Bring the real championship bloody wars, you know what I'm saying? The belts, you know what I'm saying? Unification fight. That's what it's all about. I don't want to see no exhibition. I don't care about no exhibition. We seen what happened now, with Jake and Mike Tyson. They saying that the shit was a scandal, a cheat. Just to be able to put money in Mike Tyson's, the nigga going broke, I don't know. But we seen how much love, that he showed Mike Tyson. I feel like Jay could have went there and slaughtered Mike Tyson, and it wouldn't have been nothing to talk about. But Jake having so much respect for Mike Tyson, I also respect Jake Paul because he didn't do that. Boxing Talk 100. But yeah, man, we got to be able to see what Tank gonna do. Tank, after he defeats Roach, you know what I'm saying. And like I said, I think he gonna handle Roach, a TKO stoppage. Won't go past 10. It'll probably be at 10. No championship rounds. Getting past Roach, and we got to see what's up from there. Going to the drawing board after Tank defeats Roach, because the nigga talking about return. He gonna have like 2 to 3 fights. A fight plan deal, and to get Roach out the way, and whether it's gonna be Keyshawn and fucking Theofimo or Devin Haney to go out. He'll probably never fight Shakur. And if he does fight Shakur, that's gonna be an easy fight. You know what I'm saying? Because Shakur don't like to get hit. Shakur got to be able to. That's the reason why all these boxers, you know what I'm saying, are slowly passing Shakur. You know what I'm saying? Like Floyd and Abdullah Mason and Keyshawn Davis. These fighters is fucking passing Shakur. That's because Shakur ain't showing no power. Shakur still got that, that boxing mentality, Olympics, points, going by the point system. Shakur, you can't do that shit. You gonna have to change it up. You gotta make this shit bloody. Especially if you're gonna compete in, for belts, championship belts, you gotta change that shit up, man. You can't go on there, fighting like how you did in the Olympics. You gonna get your ass towed up. And this is what Gervonta Tank Davis is trying to tell y'all. The nigga don't got no power. He gonna fucking run off his back foot all goddamn day. He ain't gonna stand. He ain't gonna stand in front of Tank. We all know that shit. That nigga is not gonna fucking stand in front of Tank. That nigga gonna box off his back foot. And even so, that's why it's, I favor Tank, because the refs, they gonna look at that shit. You know what I'm saying? You gonna have to go in there and fight. If you're not gonna go in there and fight, not willing to trade with Tank, and you just think that you're going in there to throw jabs and then, run off your back foot, you're not gonna win like that, Shakur. They gonna get that shit to Tank. Gervonta Tank Davis. You're gonna have to land, you're gonna have to really put some work on, you know what I'm saying, Gervonta Tank Davis. I seen Look at I respect Frank Martin so much. Look what he did to Tank. He did so much that he didn't do enough. You see what I'm saying? Bruising Tank, making his eye, bruising his eye, and all that shit. Same thing for Shakir. If you can't do that shit to Tank, then you gonna get your ass whooped the same way. Boston Talk 100. Then that's all I'm saying. That's all I see in Shakir, man. He don't like to get hit. I said so many times. The boy don't like to go in there and trade. He got to be able to know how I feel to get hit in that jaw. We don't. We can't even say if Shakir chin being really tested. Especially, just imagine if he gets tested by Gervonta. Gervonta clip his ass is over with. Boston Talk 100. If Gervonta clip his ass, is over with. Just like he did Frank Martin. And I don't think Shakur is stronger than Frank Martin. Boston Talk 100. Coming at the bottom and let me know what's up, because if I'm wrong for saying that, then I guess I'm fucking wrong. I don't believe Shakir can beat Frank. Frank too big. You know what I'm saying? Shakir too small. He have to be able to. Frank already moving up to 140, and especially Frank losing to Gervonta, he already know how that feels. So that nigga ain't gonna be all that loss did for Frank Martin is to make him better. You know what I'm saying? Get that loss against Gervonta, because we know Gervonta the best in the world. It don't get no better than that. So by him losing against Gervonta Tank Davis, that's actually gonna make him a really good fighter. Or it could downgrade him, however you want to look at it. But I think that fight against Frank Martin, Gervonta, and him losing against Gervonta, I think that's gonna make him fight a better fighter. Frank Martin. But yeah, man. Floyd Schofield versus Shakur Stevenson, man. We gotta see it. We gotta see. It's been too much talking shit. We don't see Shakir call his dad zesty and all that. Hey man, it don't got too out of hand. We don't see Floyd get frustrated with Shakir saying that he be going online too much, talking all that shit. And now that shit got to stop. I'm glad Eddie Hearn was able to put this fight together, because that's what it's all about. Especially if you got a guy that want to fight a guy, I think it's only right. You make that fight. So you know, uh, Shakir, man, yeah, this is where it's at. You got to get towards it. You got to get past this young buck. You ain't the sole young buck no more, Shakir. You got a lot of You got three motherfuckers that's behind you. Keyshawn, you got Floyd, and you got Abdullah Mason. And then on top of that, let me not forget, because I don't want to be, what I'm saying, on that bullshit. I'm gonna try to keep it fair, and I'm gonna try to keep it square. The Vargas is on their way up too. So these the Mexicans, his sons, the Vargases, they is on their way, because they want to fight Keyshawn, and they want to fight the Floyd Schofields and the Abdullah Masons. They is on the verge. So we'll see how that plans out. If Keyshawn Davis handle, what I'm saying, whatever fight that he got coming up next, he got to handle business to be able to make these fights. Go on with Armando Vargas and his brothers, whoever want to be able to fight Keyshawn. I think it's only right. You know what I'm saying? Get the brothers involved. You got the three Davis brothers, and then you got the Vargas brothers. Set it up. Let's get it rocking and rolling, and see who come out with the family wins. That's just the way it is. Some might lose and some might win. You know what I'm saying? But let's see who's gonna be the overall winner. You know what I'm saying? If it was to be able to be set up, you know what I'm saying? Because Keyshawn Davis, they ain't ducking no smoke. And the Vargases, they on the rise either. I don't think they ducking no smoke either. You know what I'm saying? I like the way how they coming about too. You know what I'm saying? So respect to them. You know what I'm saying? I think they around Cali area, but respect to them. And their dad is a legend that fought Oscar De La Hoya. So you got to be able to, you know, uh, give respect to the Vargases. You know what I'm saying? I think the dad, his name is Armando. I forgot the dad's name, but a legend. We already know, as their dad. He got like three or four boys that he's training in boxing. So I like what he doing with them, man. Keep up the good work with them boys, and they're definitely maturing, and they're growing, and They on the rise, man. They gonna have the names before you know it, and 2025, man, gonna be that year that we see, man. It's gonna be really explosive. These names got to be put together, and it's only right to be able to make these names. You know what I'm saying? At 135 to 140. All right, man. Let's move on to 147, man. Jerome Boots Ennis, man. I can't be really mad. They saying that he was ducking Virgil Ortiz, and somehow, what I'm saying, the negotiations kind of failed. But hopefully, in the near future, they'll get back on track. But I just don't know what to say about that fight. Not being not being made, man. Hopefully they get it together and go back into negotiating because Boots, he just felt like he wasn't a part of the negotiations. He felt like his team was doing it. I mean, something is off, right? Something just don't sound right. I mean, I can't say Boots is scared of Virgil, but man, this is the fight that we want to be able to see. That's a missed opportunity. Or does Virgil know that Boots is really a threat, and they just said, like they gave one opportunity, but you know how motherfuckers be like, all right now, and they don't go with it, and they be like, well, you missed out. You know what I'm saying? I kind of felt that's what Virgil did. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think he's scared of Boots either, but he knows, you can't. There's no running. There's no running. You know what I'm saying? There's no way other around it. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to come around Boots again. So and Boots knows that. Boots knows that shit about about Artis. You know what I'm saying? He knows that shit, but we'll see. What happens. You know what I'm saying? Whether Artis, whatever road he gonna go through. So it could be Mario Barrios. Mario Barrios, he the WBC champion right now at in that division, 147-pound division. You know, um, yeah, Boots got a belt, and so Mario Barrios got a belt. Boots got a belt. Yeah, man, there's a lot of there's some title holders at 147 pounds, man, and there's definitely gonna have to be a class, here soon. You know what I'm saying, to be able to run that division. But yeah, man, you got to be able to be proud of Mario Barrios for being able to make his way up at 147-pound division. You know what I'm saying? Doing his thing, man. He can pretty much get whatever fight that he wants. You know what I'm saying? Whether we don't see Boots on Ortiz, hopefully we can see. That'd be a cool one if we was able to see uh uh Boots, you know what I'm saying, and fucking Barrios. We'll be able to see Boots and Barrios, or we see Barrios versus Ortiz. Uh the who has it? Is it Brian Norman Jr.? I believe Brian Norman Jr. has the WBA title or the WBO title. It's one of them. No, Crawford has the WBO, so I think Brian Norman Jr. has the WBA. So Crawford has the WBO, Brian Norman Jr. has the WBA, Mario Barrios has the WBC title belt. And the IBF, I'm not for sure, man, who has it. I'm not for sure who has it in that division, man. But it might be like Stanionis or somebody like that. I'm not really for sure on that, but these unification fights gotta happen at 147 too. We gotta be able to see how this shit plays out. And then they saying like, I don't know if I've seen something where they said like Crawford got injured or something. And of course, the only thing that is on his mind is Canelo. You know what I'm saying? But if he has to go that route to stay at 147, you might have to do that, bud, or go to 54. Charlo, he's back and trying to get back in shape, and he's saying that recess is over with. That's an opportunity at 154. Then Crawford at 154. You have an opportunity with Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu lost against is it Tim Sebastian or Sebastian? So Sebastian's Fundora. So Fundora beat well, he beat what's that motherfucking name? I forgot his name. He beat Tim Zoo, but before that, Mendoza, something like that. Or I think he might have got beat. You know what I'm saying? Fundora, and then he came back, and then was able to get back on his feet. But yeah, I mean it's just opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Fundora, he could he got to get supposedly it's gonna be Fundora and Errol Spence. You know what I'm saying? They getting they trying to get their shit together. You know what I'm saying? So they can secure a fight. And then like I said, Terminal on Bud's gonna have to figure it out. The winner of that fight or move to 54 for Jamil or Charlo. I mean, excuse me, Canelo. So Crawford got a whole lot of options. You know what I'm saying? And being able to run the sport of boxing, doing whatever he can. There's only a few boxers that you can say that to. You know what I'm saying? With Crawford, Gervonta Tank Davis, like Fury and Usyk, even fucking Joshua Anthony. You know what I'm saying? These guys is running boxing. You see what I'm saying? Being able to get whatever they want. So those are the elite names that I just named. Like Crawford and Canelo's and David Benavidez. These guys is the big money makers. You know what I'm saying? And so these guys gonna want their opportunity. That's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? The boxing world. Boxing Nation, Boxing Talk 100, whatever boxing platform that you listen to, just know that the boxing world is listening. You know what I'm saying? And we tune in. So yeah, man. A lot of more fights, man, to be able to come, man. We got to be able to see, in the near future, what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, we got to be able to see what how it's gonna play out. A lot of names that I just named, man. These guys are staying in the gym. Continue to get active and can continue to get ready and continue to have your body in shape, man. That's what it's all about. But yeah, man, that's what it's all about, man. To be able to see these new champions, be able to take over the sport of boxing. These boxers is getting their chances, and it's only right, if the boxers that if they got a belt right now, it's time to be able to unify and make these fights happen, man. I'm tired of seeing these boxers stall and picking and choosing like what they want to do and shit. I like Keyshawn Davis. You know what I'm saying? Being able to call out Tank and Theo. You know what I'm saying? It shows that they'll try to stay away from Keyshawn, that he's a threat. But one of them eventually gonna have to be like, all right, let's fight this dude. This dude ain't who he said he really was, or he is who he said who he is. So that's what this shit is about, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, yeah, man, it's been a exciting talk. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, if you are new to, what I'm saying, my channel, make sure you subscribe and what I'm saying, just make sure you leave a comment, what I'm saying, and I would really appreciate that, what I'm saying, so we can talk further more in boxing. Boxing Talk 100, but I bring it to y'all, man. I try to, let y'all know what's going on and just giving y'all my, just what what I'm gonna bring y'all, you know what I'm saying? Uh yeah, everybody got their own opinions, and like I said, I just try to bring my own opinion, whether you like it or not. It's just talking boxing. You know what I'm saying? Talking about your favorite boxers. But yeah, man, I'm a boxing. How would you say a boxing? I just love boxing, man. I just love the sport about it. You know what I'm saying? Talking about it, seeing fights, and just seeing fights come together, and just trying to see these negotiations. Put these fights together. That's what it's all about. But yeah, man, I just want to say, man, if you are watching this video, if you have tuned in, like I said, man, make sure you subscribe to your boy. And like I said, man, I just want to appreciate you for, checking my video out and just taking time to, hear me. You know, Boxing Talk 100, man, this shit don't stop, man. It's always going to be more boxing to come. Y'all already know that. Boxing news, more updates, et cetera, et cetera. It just, we just wait on updates. That's like, from here on out to see how these fights gonna be made and who gonna fight. Heavyweight division, you still got, You know, who's making the fight? Joseph Parker and the Boas. They gonna try to fight it out in Dubai. I think that's a great matchup in the heavyweight division. You know what I'm saying? Parker been doing good, getting past Deontay Wilder and defeating some of these guys where he had to be able to get into the position where he is now. Deontay Wilder, man, he got to be able to just come back, get in the gym, perfect your craft, man. You was good so many years ago, but then, competing on the world championship levels, man, you just kind of just slipped up just a little bit, man. But the boxing world loves you just enough to where they want to keep giving you chances to be able to compete for world titles. I don't mind it, but it's just like, goddamn, Deontay, you got to start winning, man. A good fight comeback would be against Andy Ruiz or somebody of that caliber. You know what I'm saying? Get your feet wet. Get back on track to be able to compete. Go fight. Big Baby, one of the Millers. You know what I'm saying? You can fight one of the Big Baby, Gerard and Jared Anderson, or you can fight Big Baby Miller. You know what I'm saying? Pick who you gonna pick, Deontay Wilder, but you got to be able to come back on a win, not just coming back to box, man. You box to come back to win in boxing, the sport of boxing. But yeah, man, I just want to say, like I said, thanks for watching this video and taking time. I hope y'all have an amazing day on this Sunday. And like I said, man, I'm just giving a recap on the Richardson Hitchins versus Paro. And like I said, man, I enjoyed the fight from last night, and it was exciting to see, a new world champion. And hey, from here on out, hey, sky's the limit. Richardson Hitchins, skies is the limit. But I like what I see. I like what I see from him, and yeah, I'm definitely on the bandwagon, man. I got your back. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, I'm gonna root you on, man. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't gonna root you on against Javante. Hell no. You know what I'm saying? But I got you beating, these other fighters on your come up. You know what I'm saying? You just got to be able to get to Javante, and you got to get past, Teofimo in New York, because that's what it's gonna come down to. If you talking about making a fight, a clash in Brooklyn, that's perfect. A unification fight against Teofimo versus Richardson Hitchins, I'm all for it in Brooklyn. Set it up in Barclay Center, and let's get this shit cracking. You know what I'm saying? WBO title against the IBF, right? The new IBF champion. So set it up. The WBO champion versus the IBF champion. Let's go. Hey man, this your boy K Smooth, man. Thanks for watching this video. Make sure you leave a comment, you know what I'm saying? Talk your shit or whatever you're going to do. Let me know who your favorite boxers is. Let me know who you want to see in the near future. Let me know, man, what y'all want to see. But like I said, man, this is the platform, you know what I'm saying? Boxing Talk 100. And like I said, you know what I'm saying? Give that thumbs up and make sure you subscribe, man. But yeah, this your boy K Smooth, man. Hey, man, get back with your boy and be on the lookout. All right, this your boy Gone. Peace. K Smooth.